and welcome to part 2 of the series that we've been recording, that we've been teaching, which is migrating user data in Windows 10, or it could be any Windows operating system. Let's say you have Windows 7 or you have Windows 8 and you want to migrate over to Windows 10. You can also do that. So it's not strictly, this lecture is not, it doesn't strictly refer to Windows 10 alone. So in order to be successful with this migrating or copying user data back and forth, we need the tool that we mentioned before, which is the Microsoft Windows deployment toolkit. So basically this is the page. I will leave a link in the below this series so that you can go to this page. Now we need Windows ADK. The reason why we need Windows ADK is because USMT, which is one of the most important tools used in migrating user data, is pre-packaged as one of the utility within Windows ADK. So, and the first place to start is to go and look at the version of the computer where you are migrating data to. Okay, not where you're migrating data from. You have to inspect the version of the operating system of the where you are migrating that data to. So this is my old computer. I'm actually taking data from here to a new computer. For example, if I want to migrate data to this computer, I will go and check the version. So you will go to start and you will type in WinVer. So Windows version. So you run that, and as you can see, we have Windows 10 version 1909. Okay, so basically we'll go back to Windows ADK page to find out the version that we need, the versioning that we need for our ADK tools. So right here it says ADK for Windows 10 version 1903, and then it said what's new in ADK for Windows 10 version 1903. You can use this version to deploy Windows 10 version 1909 as well. So obviously we're going to be downloading the ADK 1903. You just simply click on this link, all right, and then you can save it to I probably will just save it to one of my folders on the desktop, which is the Windows 10 search. I'll just save it here. All right, once you've saved it there, then go ahead and go back to that directory, which is Windows 10. Open it up, and then you will see that I have downloaded my ADK setup here. Go ahead and just right click and run. I prefer to run as administrator. I will just say yes here, and then I will start installing Windows Assessment and Deployment Kit. So on my C drive, I have prepared a specific folder and I named it Windows ADK version 1903. So let's go look for that folder and we're going to go save it there. So this is local C, and then I have Windows ADK 1903. You will select that. I mean, feel free to basically export or install the file to whatever path that you like. So it says install the Windows Assessment and Deployment Kit Windows 10 to this computer. You have to browse for a location, and it's also said download the Windows Assessment and Deployment Kit Windows 10 for installation on a separate computer. We're not doing that. We're just installing the ADK to this computer. So we're gonna go next. It also says estimated disk space required. You need about 1 gig, 1.1 gig. So we have enough disk space. So let's click next. No, I'll just say no to this. I'll go next, and then you can take your time to read the Microsoft license agreement and make sure you accept so you can move forward. Now here are the utilities inside of the ADK. The one that we need most, if you remember, is the user state migration tool. we need the user state migration tool to, copy our data from the old computer and also to migrate it to the new computer. You can just uncheck deployment tools, imaging tools, configuration designer. I would just basically, uncheck all of this. Performance toolkit, I don't need that. Windows user experience, I don't really need that. Windows application and virtualization, I don't need that. And Microsoft application virtualization app auto sequencer, I really don't need all of that. So what I need is USMT. So select USMT and then click install in the path that you use. So you get to this page and it's, Windows will attempt to download and then install USMT on the path that you've specified, and it doesn't really take it doesn't take too much time. So maybe about 1 to 2 minutes, you see the progress going on, and then you have your USMT installed in no time. So its overall progress now is 74% complete. So I'll just stop the video right here and I'll be right back. Alright, so now that the our Windows assessment and deployment toolkit for Windows 10 for the USMT is installed, you will get this page. It says welcome to the Windows assessment and deployment kit for Windows 10. Launch the getting start guide. We're not going to launch this guide, we're just going to close out of this page, and then we'll go to the path that we specify in the beginning to check our if our USMT is downloaded and installed correctly. So we go to C drive, Windows ADK 1903, and then there you go. You will find 2 folders. One is assessment and deployment kit, and the other one is catalog. I want you to click inside of that folder, assessment and deployment kit. You see you have I believe 4 folders here. You have to have 4 folders. One is common, one says docs, the third one is user state migration tool, USMT, and then the fourth one is Windows setup. Go ahead and go inside USMT tool, and then depending on the version of your computer, you would have 2 folders, 3 folders, one for the 64 version and one for the x86. If we go and check my computer, we want to know if this computer is x86 version, which is 32-bit, or x64 version. So you go to PC, properties, and then as we can see, it says system type. I have a 64-bit operating system, which also has a 64-base processor. So alright, we're good to go. We have all the files that we needed to migrate our data, our user data, from one computer to another. So I'll be using this folder next time when we get to our next tutorial. We'll be using the inside this AMD64 is where we can find our scan state utility, which will be right somewhere here, right here, and also our load state utility, which will be right there. So we will need these 2 utility to migrate our user data. Alright, if this tutorial has been informative for you, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. If you have any questions or any doubts, or if you run into any trouble, just leave me a comment below and I will respond back to you. Alright, and I will see you next time.